Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm Will.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything Dungeons and Dragons, from dancing devils to dangerous demons. And today we're talking about Displacer Beasts.
Hey, Brian.
Hey Will.
What do you know about the Displacer Beast?
I know that it is a beast that displaces.
It does displace. That is a big part of what it does.
It's so on the nose.
I'm not sure if you know what that means.
No,
but
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know anything about this actually. Is
Okay.
it a fey creature?
It is technically a fey creature. It wasn't always, but it kind of
Became one?
Became one. 4th edition. 4th
Okay.
edition liked to make everything fey.
Fucking love
and
the
honestly,
4th edition.
most of it worked. So. Yeah.
Sorry about all the people that
do you know
hate
what the
4th
Displacer
edition.
Beast even looks like?
No, I don't. Maybe I should
wow.
look it up real quick.
Yeah, pull it up.
You go ahead and keep talking. I'll look up a Displacer Beast.
The Displacer Beast, also known as the Durlagron, is one of D&D's most iconic monsters. It's up there, I would say, with the Beholder, the Gelatinous Cube, and the Rust Monster.
I have seen this.
Right.
I didn't know it was a Displacer Beast, but I have.
Yes. So I think it's up there with Beholder, Gelatinous Cube, or even the Rust Monster as a fan favorite.
Oh, cool.
And a representative of the game itself.
Okay. I can see why. It's
yeah.
very cool.
But contrary to popular belief, and unlike any of the monsters that I just listed, the Displacer Beast is not actually a fictional, is not actually a D&D original.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I always thought it was. Apparently, it's not. It was actually based off of a fictional alien race of a panther-like predator created by a science fiction novelist, A.E. Van Vogt, and featured in his first published short story, Black Destroyer, in 1939.
Wow.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But
You from 1939.
yeah, I know, right? Regardless, this does not take away from the Displacer Beast's iconicness or its synonymity with Dungeons & Dragons, which has made the concept its own.
You know, out of the monsters you listed being like iconic, this is probably the least iconic that I think of.
Right.
You know, with my experience in the
with
game.
your experience.
But that being said, I've also, once I pulled the image up, immediately recognized it and was like, of course it's in Dungeons & Dragons. Do you have an official description that you're going to list off in your notes?
I am.
When we get there, I don't know if it's like I want to describe what I see. Should I?
Yeah. You should.
This is a panther or like a jaguar or something like that. A black cat that somebody took a big pile of nasty Halloween and rubbed it all over its face and then slapped some tentacles on this bad boy.
Yeah, sure.
And maybe a couple extra joints in the back. Is there an extra leg here?
Yeah.
Does this thing have extra legs?
They have 6 legs.
Oh shit! It's at an angle where I'm like, hey, wait.
That's hilarious.
Okay, go for it.
So, Displacer Beasts are deadly and intelligent predators that stalk the forests and jungles of both the material plane and the Feywild. These panther-like monstrosities are famed for their deadly stealth and their magical illusory ability of displacement, which makes keeping your eyes on them extremely difficult.
Okay.
Though more beast than intelligent being, Displacer Beasts are actually quite calculating and cunning, and they are sentient enough to have an alignment of lawful evil.
Oh, okay. So they are able to follow the rules.
Yes, and they like following rules.
Okay, so good kitty.
Well organized.
Bad kitty.
Very bad kitty.
Bad kitty following the rules. Good kitty. It's a good bad kitty.
It's a good bad kitty.
This is a nasty animal. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take it down from my.
I like that art.
I mean, yes.
There's nastier art of the Displacer Beast than that. You should look up that one right there. Yeah.
Okay. That's like, this is like a Tim Burton. There's a Tim Burtonified. It doesn't look like it has places for organs inside of it.
Exactly.
But it does look like it has lots of places for muscles.
And bones. All right. Anyways,
Several
a Displacer Beast resembles a sleek great cat covered in blue-black fur. However, its otherworldly origins are clear in its 6 legs and the 2 tentacles sprouting from its shoulders, both ending in pads tipped with spiked protrusions that can inflict terrible wounds. To further enhance their unnatural appearance, a Displacer Beast body has an emaciated look due to being made up of essentially nothing but bone and muscle.
Okay.
A Displacer Beast's eyes glow with an awful green malevolence that persists even in death. Their eyes just glow.
What?
Yeah.
So you dig one of these bad boys up on accident and it's just some glowing eyes down there?
Exactly.
I wonder how much removal of the eyes you have to do to stop them from glowing. Like if I take the eyes out, are they going to...
I think that they always glow because
so I can just pop these boys in a jar.
Their eyes are sought after by alchemists.
That's a cool thing. I was just about to say, you go into somebody's, you investigate a wizard's lab or whatever, and there's Displacer Beast eyes in a jar.
Absolutely.
Delicious. You eat one, it tastes like grapes.
I managed to make a mess.
Oh,
Actually, no, it's not that much a mess. Anyways, Where was I? Oh, yeah. So females range in length from 8 to 9 feet and weigh roughly 450 pounds. Males are about 10 to 12 feet long and weigh up to 500 pounds.
Okay.
There's
big.
They are very big. And there's a rare mutation amongst these monsters that can cause one to grow up to twice its normal size. These are known as Displacer pack lords.
Pack lords.
I don't know about you, but I struggle with the word displacer. Probably something to do with my lisp.
Displacer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not having to say it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
That kind of changes the way words come out of my mouth.
Yeah, this is true. But the big one's called the Displacer pack lord.
I would call it dire disease, which a lot of things seem to have in Dungeons and Dragons.
It is dire disease. This is essentially what it is. You're right.
Or
it's just embiggening.
Is dire different from the word large, like in the monster manual? Like, is there really that big of a difference? Does dire imply something different than size?
Most of the time, no. Most of the time, a dire thing is just a bigger version of the thing.
Dire wolf,
maybe
dire bear.
Meaner. Okay. But I think it might have been only 4th edition, but they really leaned into bony spikes.
Oh, so dire would have bony spikes.
So a dire bear
like Kimimaro
wasn't just bigger. It was, yes, like Kimimaro. A dire bear was bigger and then had bone spines coming out of it.
Yes. Do a barrel roll, dire bear.
Wolf was the same thing. I don't think the dire animals of 5th edition have the bone spines. But
dang, like a dire horse. You know how horses, like, and this is not very fun to joke about, but horses falling over on to people. But a dire horse, like, using a move in a game to
where it just lays on you.
It kicks up, kicks somebody in the face, and then like lays on the person behind it would suck ass.
There we go. That would suck.
That would suck ass.
So that was a 4th edition thing.
The Battle Rager Dwarf. That's what that's like.
Exactly. That's exactly what that's like. So previous to 4th edition, little is said about the origins of the Displacer Beast, with issue 109 of Dragon Magazine stating that they are simply distantly related to large cats.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Are they owned by the Cat Lord? Is that a thing?
No.
I missed the Cat
There
Lord.
is a Cat Lord, but no.
I know.
He's not mentioned. Yeah.
Okay.
So Forgotten Realms posited another theory that Displacer Beasts have their origin in Bahal, the Lord of Murder, who brought forth the first Displacer Beast, Shantu, using a corrupted moonwell on the island of Gwyneth in the Moonshae Isles. Basically, if I remember correctly, the Moonwells have something to do with Shantaea and like her life force.
Shout out to Demogorgon.
Yeah, sure. Why?
I think Shantaea was his consort, right?
No, Shantaea is like the Earth Mother. She's
sorry. I'm thinking of that shares a name with one of the.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'm sure we'll cover that later.
Also, the 2 tentacles on this Displacer Beast.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, my mind is just, you know where my mind is.
So the Moonwells have something to do with life force, and a corrupted one can create nasty monsters, and saying that maybe the first Displacer Beast was created by Bahal, the Lord of Murder, with one of these.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. 4th edition, though, relegated Displacer Beasts to the Feywilds and named them as Fey creatures. As I said before, 4E was really big on the Feywild thing, also on the Shadowfell thing. It's because 4E came up with the idea of both the Feywild and the Shadowfell. Before that, the Feywild and Shadowfell didn't really exist.
Okay. There was Fey, it did exist.
There was the plane of Fairy and the plane of Shadow.
Right.
But they were not really like the idea of these mirror realms.
Right. They're not in tandem.
Exactly.
They weren't in tandem like they are now.
And a lot of people like to talk shit about 4th edition. And at the same time, they love 5th edition. And I can understand why. But I think a lot of people don't realize how much of 4th edition is in 5th edition. Like, 5th edition would not exist the way it was lore-wise without 4th.
I think the mechanics is what it's off-putting about 4th edition.
Yeah, I think so too.
And some of the lore, because they do such radical changes.
They do radical changes,
So that could, like, long-time fans of the game, I can see why you got upset.
Right,
but I also see why, like, you want to bring fresh material to this game. Like, try to really push it.
Yeah, and I think 5e did a good job of doing both.
There is a good balance in between.
So 5e continued this whole Fey thing and gave us an origin story finally for the Displacer Beast when it comes to the Fey. So Displacer Beasts roam the twilight lands of the Feywild for ages until they were captured and trained by the Unseelie court.
Nice.
If you remember, the Seelie and Unseelie were the bad Fey.
Yeah.
The warriors of the court selectively bred the beasts to reinforce their ferociousness and their predatory nature, using them to hunt unicorns, pegasi, and other wondrous prey. However, it didn't take long for the Displacer Beasts to use their malevolent intelligence to escape their masters, running and breeding freely in the Feywild. The Displacer Beast soon came to the attention of the Seelie Court, the Good Fae. With Blink Dog companions at their side, Fey hunters drove these predators to the fringes of the Feywild, or many crossed over to the material plane. To this day, Displacer Beasts and Blink Dogs attack each other on sight.
That makes sense. I love the Seelie Court just being like, what the fuck is that?
What is this?
What the fuck is this thing?
Yeah, we need it out of here. And so they do.
So I normally picture like, because they're called the court or whatever, Seelie on Seelie, and I picture like literally a big like cylindrical room with like stadium seating where like officials sit and like vote on shit. But now I'm starting to see it more of like, yes, a Congress, but also like they're like stacking a military up. They have like people under their control that they want.
Kind of.
They have a motive and an agenda to push.
Yeah. Yes. But also, it's less of a Congress and more. Remember, it's a monarchy. The Queen of Erring Darkness rules the Unseelie Court.
That's right. Yeah. So, but this is my court, like my
exactly.
Of my
this
monarchy.
Is her court. Yeah. The Unseelie Court is her court. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So it operates less like it's more just like a kingdom with a leader that is like making decisions.
Kinda, yeah, for the most part. But also the idea of something that is Unseelie, it's also just a general word as well for like
things that are that way.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly right. So let's take a quick moment to touch on Blink Dogs. They probably won't get their own episode because there's very little written about them, but they're pretty cool, and I feel like I'd be remiss to not talk about them along with the Displacer Beast because they're inherently tied together.
And you are unlikely to touch one, so let's do it in this episode.
Very true. So Blink Dogs are Fey canines with yellow-brown fur and large pointed ears.
Fey-nines.
They appear to be completely mundane at first glance, save for being a bit stockier and more muscular than your average wild dog.
Yeah.
But they are famed far and wide for their inherent magical ability to teleport at will, blinking in and out of existence, thus the name Blink Dog.
Nice. So, I used them against you once.
Did you? When?
Yeah, when we were recording Super Quest Ultra.
Vaguely remember.
It's a long time ago now.
It was a long time ago.
But
I vaguely remember.
I kind of know about the Blink Dog because of that, but I didn't really know. I didn't know the lore about it, like the official, like they're actually, this makes me think there are different kinds of Blink Dogs flavor wise. Like, you said a wild dog, but why can't you have like a pit bull?
I mean,
a mastiff.
You could, and they do kind of look like mastiffs. So.
That's cool. So we got a bunch of fucking invisible teleporting Scooby-Doos running around.
Basically. So, to add to this, Blink Dogs are also very intelligent, about as smart as your average humanoid, and have a strong tendency towards being lawful good. They're social animals, often traveling in packs, and they have their own language, which is a mixture of barks, yaps, whines, and growls that can transmit complex information.
That's cool. So a dog, but they can actually talk.
But they can actually talk, yeah.
Okay.
Though they avoid humanoid lands, with the exception of Elven or Eladrin, they also drive off evil humanoids that enter their territory very specifically. They might not drive off the good people. But
evil
they'll drive
humanoids
off the evil ones
specifically.
For sure, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's a cool thing to just have around.
Indeed.
This is like the function of dogs, but these are these are just Fey dogs.
Yeah, just Fey dogs. You're right. They are the function of dogs, yes. Where was I? When not hunting, they are playful with each other, but very protective of their pups, which outsiders sometimes attempt to steal to train as guard animals. As said before, Blink Dogs and Displacer Beasts are natural enemies. This is partially due to their alliance with the Seelie Fae, who drove the Displacer Beasts out of the Feywild, but it's also due to an opposition in natures, lawful good versus lawful evil.
Right.
A Blink Dog attack is well organized and a very deadly affair, as they will blink to and fro without any obvious patterns, using their powers to position themselves to their best advantage before striking.
They're formidable, like a mob.
Teleportation is no joke. So because this is probably the last time we're going to talk about Blink Dogs for a long time, let's look at their stat block. I printed it out for you.
Blink Dog.
Let's take a look at it.
Let's talk about Blink Dogs. They're medium Fey. They're lawful good, like you said. Their armor class is 13. Their hit points are 22. Pretty good. I mean, if you're going to compare these to other mobs.
Yeah, what was the challenge rating?
Let's see. That's down here. That's a quarter.
Okay.
Their movement speed's 40 feet. That's not bad.
They're fast, yeah.
So I'm sure coupled with their abilities here. Strength 1, Dexterity 3, Con 1, Intelligence 0, Wisdom 1, Charisma 0. No negative stat. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everything's a 10 or better. Perception plus 3, Stealth plus 5. That's cool that it's... I would think it would be the other way around, 5 and 3 instead of 3 and 5. Like
what, perception
higher perception versus stealth. But
yeah, because they're dogs, but... I mean, high both. So...
It's... Either way, both of them being a
thing.
Proficiency makes sense. So they have passive perceptions only 10 though. So they're only looking for stuff if you tell them to, or if they're motivated to.
I guess so.
They can speak Blink Dog, so I guess you can cast magic to understand.
Yeah, I just
Blink
said
Dog.
right now they have their own language. That's barks, yips, and it's a language.
Yes, they can understand Sylvan, but can't speak it. But like, if you cast a speak with animals, this is essentially speak Blink Dog.
Yes, that's basically, and they're fully capable of full communication.
Nice. Quarter challenge rating. So keen hearing and smell. The dog has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell. So there it is.
There it is, yeah.
That's going to really kind of push the +3 and the advantage to where I think it should be.
Right.
So actions: bite, melee weapon attack +3 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target. Pretty basic. It's going to be 1d6 plus 1 piercing damage. Usually it has like a flat damage, but it's not listed here. I've been finding more and more typo errors in the books as I look at them. Minor stuff, S is missing, things like that. Yeah. Teleport, which is this. Here's the big money. Here's the big ticket item.
Here's what makes them a Blink Dog.
This is on a recharge of 4 to 6, like a Dragon Breath, right? Yeah. So the dog magically.
Dragon Breath is actually 5 to 6. But
oh, really? Yeah. Okay, my fault. The dog magically teleports along with any equipment it is wearing or carrying up to 40 feet to an unoccupied space it can see. Before or after teleporting, the dog can make 1 bite attack. That's cool that you can do an attack and then do a teleport. So when I ran these, when I read this, and any equipment it's wearing, I'm like, this is a dog. Why is it wearing? But it makes total sense for them to be, they could be carrying, they're smart. They could be carrying
herbs.
To heal people, like the snow dogs, like the St. Bernards.
If they're friends with elves can make them little packs.
They're friends with elves.
And they tend to be friends with elves.
Damn, that's fucking cool. Okay.
Yeah, it is cool.
This is a cool animal.
That's it for the Blink Dog. We're going to get back to the Displacer Beast, but before we do that, let's take a short rest.
Let's do it. Hey everybody, be sure to check out
Super Quest Saga, a future fantasy 5th edition D&D actual play podcast homebrewed and dungeon mastered by yours truly, me, and Set in Space.
And I play in it, along with your special guest Jake and friend of the show, Josh Freeland.
You can find it on YouTube, iTunes, or anywhere else you can get your podcasts.
Super Quest Saga!
We've returned.
Indeed we have.
Will, it's the battle of the evil cat and the good dog.
So
I guess all dogs do go to the Feywild.
Are we a dog podcast? Are we both dog people?
I don't want to put that. Out there like we're one way or the other. But yes, we're both dog people.
I also like cats, but I
like cats. Person. I had a very fond memories of an outdoor cat I had for a long time. I'm just so deathly allergic to cats.
Oh, are you?
I will asphyxiate in a room without ventilation. I will die.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
But I do love most cats. Most cats in certain settings. Cats are assholes. Dogs can be assholes in their own way too, but cats are actively assholes, I think.
They can be, yeah.
All right. Your special guest Jake just got a cat.
Oh yeah?
It's not a Displacer Beast.
Oh, okay.
It's just a regular beast.
Okay.
Gotcha. It's like 8th challenge rating at best.
No, it's a 0. It's a 0. It's a cat. Okay. All right, so let's talk about this evil kitty. The Displacer Beast is named for the natural illusion that they project, making it seem as if they are 1 to 2 feet away from their actual location.
The displacement. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So they're doing the after image technique. They're just like fucking. Okay.
So it is said that the illusion is produced by molecular vibration stimulated by a specialized group of nerves occurring.
Do they have access to the Speed Force too?
Occurring in the outer layers of the beast skin cells.
They're gonna cosmic treadmill into the fucking future.
This is the information from Dragon Magazine 109.
Yes. I love you, Dragon Magazine. You always have the fucking weirdest shit inside of you.
So true. Whereas a vibrational movement is too minute to be normally noticed, it is sufficient to bend and redirect rays of colored light. The refracted light rays form the illusory image, while the true form is masked, virtually invisible.
Damn, somebody really thought about this.
Yes, they did. This magical power is automatic, but it may be consciously directed by the beast itself.
Okay.
A Displacer Beast illusory form is not like a regular illusion in that it is not dispelled upon contact and cannot be disbelieved out of existence.
Right, okay. So there's no wisdom check to see, or intelligence check or whatever it is to see through the illusion?
I don't believe so. And as a matter of fact, I believe, I glanced at the stat block, but I'm pretty sure it's just you have disadvantage on hitting them, period.
That's super powerful. Yeah. No other illusion magic really works like that, I don't think. That we've covered on the show anyway.
Right, it's true. But But anyways, where was I? Striking the illusory form will not reveal the actual location of the beast, but will of course reveal the illusion for what it is.
Okay.
So you can't see their bodies. You just know they're 2 feet away from whatever you are seeing.
I mean, yeah, like if you put your fucking hand through the illusion part, you're gonna know like something's up, but it won't go away.
Exactly.
All right.
So the Displacer Beast's cunning, stealth, and ferocity have earned it a reputation as one of the most well-known predators of the Feywild. The creature's image is used in heraldry and literature to indicate a character or an organization that is elusive, tricky, or mysterious. Some Displacer Beasts make their lairs behind dense foliage in small caves or within the boughs of massive trees. Others prowl from place to place, attacking prey where they can find it. Savvy explorers know to avoid locations where Displacer Beasts might dwell, but they also know that the creatures can spring out from anywhere. For an ordinary person or animal, a surprise attack by a Displacer Beast means a quick death. The beast's speed is so great and its attack so fierce that it can swiftly drop anyone who is not prepared and trained for battle.
Damn.
They're very strong.
Yeah, I'm thinking about ways to exploit its displacement. Like if it's standing on an island, in reality, you're going to see an image off to the side. If the island is only big enough to house the cat, it's going to be floating, right?
That's true.
So,
but they can also control it.
Well, I'm thinking, wow.
They can drag it in.
Oh, no way. That's fucking crazy. Because I was thinking, if they live in a big tree and they come out on a tree branch and it's fucking floating out there.
You know they're on the branch.
But actually, you know they're tired because they fucked up and put
there we go. Because what they're more likely to do is be on the branch, but portray themselves as further up the branch.
Totally. So it can be out in front.
Yeah.
So really the call out for like an archer would be like, I just got to fire randomly around the thing I'm seeing once they realize.
Which is why you have disadvantage.
Damn, Daniel. That's fucking wild.
Yes, exactly. So, where was I in my notes? Oh, yeah. So as such, Displacer Beasts hold a comfortable spot near the top of the food chain. They have little to fear from other large predators, say perhaps trolls or giants. Their predatory skill is unmatched. They possess strong instincts and far greater intelligence than most ordinary animals. Displacer Beasts set ambushes, track their prey by following clues, not just scent, although they can do that too because they're, a fucking wild animal.
Yeah.
And lure enemies into traps and hazards when fighting is in a dangerous area.
Okay.
Displacer Beasts hunt alone or in small prides that demonstrate the skill at setting ambushes. A single beast will strike and withdraw luring prey into a densely wooded area where its packmates wait. They're also capable of making relatively intricate plans. For example, they might remember which trade routes have seasonal traffic and return in the spring to plague travelers.
Damn.
So they're very smart.
Shoot, okay.
They're like the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park.
They are. They kind of are.
Much like that, yes.
But they can do
But they have
crazy
illusory powers.
Yeah.
And tentacles.
They do magic.
If the Velociraptors had illusory powers, they would be Displacer Beasts.
They do kind of have illusion. They'll fucking like knock shit over to distract you.
But a Displacer Beast could do that too.
Yeah, this is good.
This is why I made the comparison.
Yeah, you're right about that. This all tracks well.
Yeah. So to add to this, though, Displacer Beasts are truly malevolent and cruel creatures. They hate all life and kill not just for food, but also for pleasure.
They hate all life?
Yeah.
So like being commanded by the Unseelie Court was probably not favorable for them?
They were, okay, so they were bred to be mean.
Yeah.
Which is something you can actually do with animals. Humans have done it many times.
Yes, it's
I remember there was an experiment that a Russian science lab did where they wanted to test the malleability of canine genes, and they bred 2 separate sects of the same fox, breeding one to be more like kind and trusting of humans, and the other to be more stressed out and violent towards humans.
Yeah,
and with crazy results. So that's what the Seelie Court did to these guys.
Bummer.
Yeah. So yeah, they hate all life. They're angry. They're pissed. They target prey even when not hungry, often toying with their victims to entertain themselves until they are ready to eat. After killing its prey using its tentacles, a Displacer Beast drags the corpse to a quiet place where it can feed without distraction.
Damn, and it's just going to use these big ass tentacles to do that.
Oh yeah, because they don't need thumbs.
The tentacles have like
they got tentacles.
The tentacles have like these octopus hooks in them. Yeah,
they do.
Like oh my gosh, or like the squid hooks. You know?
And then drag it away. Yep. But fierce and vicious as they are, Displacer Beasts never fight amongst themselves. The pack is a well-run and highly efficient killing machine. Remember, they're lawful evil.
They try to fight each other, but they don't know where anybody is really.
That's hilarious. I like that idea.
That's why they don't fight.
I could see
fucking
that
worthless.
Thing. That's hilarious.
They look like idiots.
They look stupid. Just 2 phantoms.
Everybody's got disadvantage. They're just slapping the ground.
Yeah, it's so stupid. That's too funny. So When in combat, with their displacement ability and deft movement, Displacer Beasts can avoid most enemies, which means the creatures usually enter battles as the aggressors.
Okay.
They attack the weakest targets first, using their maneuverability to slip past tougher defenders. If they're outmatched or gravely wounded, though, the beasts nearly always try to retreat, unless starvation drives them to fight on in hopes of claiming a meal.
Like real cats in real life.
Sure.
Like the savannah.
Yeah. Except for with displacement powers.
Except they... They're like the velociraptors from Jurassic Park. You know that movie, Jurassic Park from the 1990s?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So despite their dominance in nature, Displacer Beasts are still rare as a species, and their pack lords number even fewer. Okay. Remember the pack lords? I mentioned them in the first paragraph.
The dire cat.
The dire cat, yeah. These massive mutants have the same intelligence as ordinary people and sometimes lead groups of normal Displacer Beasts. Whereas standard beasts patrol large hunting grounds, pack lords terrorize entire regions. They maintain layers that can handle their bulk, such as wide moss-laden Feywild caverns or halls within crumbled ruins. And any creature entering their territory is viewed as a potential prey.
Damn, it's hard to be a merchant out there in the D&D world.
Yeah, merchants are heroes in D&D as far as I'm concerned.
Merchants have enough money to buy mercs, which is where a lot of players come in.
Yeah, there's a game I've been playing on the Switch, Octopath Traveler, and one of the characters' class is merchant. And she's pretty cool. I like the idea of a merchant class.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, Displacer Beasts spend most of their time usually running in packs, carving a savage swath of destruction as they go, unless they're raising their young. That's the only time they calm down. Okay. Displacer Beasts mate in the autumn, and the young are born in spring. A mated pair of Displacer Beasts makes its home in a lair or cave, producing litters of 1 to 4 young. The cubs, about the size of domestic cats when they're born, are born also without tentacles until they reach maturity. Though not their full size. So about 4 months in, they grow some tentacles. So
just at 4 months, they're little
pop out.
They probably look like little ears on their shoulder blades at first, and they got little hooks on them.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what they look like.
This is nasty monster.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. Where was that? So they remain in their lair until the displacement abilities of their young are fully developed.
Okay.
This is followed by a 2-month period during which the cubs are taught how to hunt. When this is completed, the family group disbands and the monsters wander off to join separate packs. While raising young, the monsters are fiercely protective of their lairs. One adult always remains with the cubs, while the other goes off to hunt. Dead prey is dragged back to the lair to be eaten by the family. Lairs are littered with the bones, equipment, and treasures of its victims.
Right.
So that's your one reason to go in there. Treasures of the other guys.
Treasures of the dead people. So if you know Fireball, you're probably going to be okay because Fireball doesn't discern illusions.
AoE is the name of the game when fighting these guys. That's true.
Or Rangers would probably be pretty good. They have good AoE spells.
Yeah, volley of arrows and shit like that.
And the vines and shit. Whatever, that sort of stuff.
Entanglement. Yeah.
Entanglement would probably work on these guys, right? Because they don't actually teleport. They just displace. Mm-hmm. All right.
So Displacer Beasts can be trained as attack beasts or guard animals, but they're prone to turning on their trainers.
No way.
Intelligent evil creatures favor Displacer Beasts as pets, but a Displacer Beast enters such an alliance only if it appears to be beneficial.
Okay.
A Displacer Beast might guard or vault or act as a bodyguard for a prominent individual. Some wizards and alchemists value their hides for use in certain magical preparations and will offer generous rewards for them. The eyes of a Displacer Beast are also highly prized, if uncommon. Good luck charms amongst thieves who believe that they will protect the bearer from detection.
That is wild. Do you have like a cool like homebrew lantern that has Displacer Beast eyes that light up for it?
That would be cool. I like that idea.
Basically, it's always lit, but you close the little shades on the lantern instead of lighting it. You know what I mean?
You can have them placed together close enough where someone passing by might just think it's like two cat eyes.
Yeah.
So it just looks like a cat's going by in the dark.
There's crazy bards that like do cat art and they steal Displacer. They have to like go buy Displacer Beast eyes to put on their art. Like it's finished. It's perfect.
Sure.
It goes into dark.
So a Displacer Beast illusionary form is not like a regular illusion. We kind of talked about this already, but I'll just read my notes anyways. In that it is not dispelled upon contact and it cannot be disbelieved out of existence. Striking the illusionary form will not reveal the actual location of the beast, but will of course reveal the illusion for what it is.
Yeah, Dragon Magazine detailed the fucking science of it.
It's the skin cells.
You don't understand. The light refracts.
Indeed.
Okay.
So that's all I have on Displacer Beasts. I don't know if you have any questions that I could probably answer, but if not, we have a stat block to get to.
It feels like anybody using a Displacer Beast as like a guard dog kind of is a noob somewhat. Is like powerful enough to get a Displacer Beast to do it, but also doesn't like, they're arrogant. They think too far. They're not thinking far enough ahead where like this thing could just like kill me. They're more like, this thing will never kill me. I'm The great sorcerer.
I think that someone, I mean, yes, your example is something that could definitely be a thing that happens, but I think someone who hires Displacer Beasts to do stuff like that is very powerful, and obviously the deal is, it's a deal. Like the Displacer Beast is there because it wants to be there because it's getting some out of it.
Right, because this I'm not thinking of its intelligence. It knows what's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it knows who the fuck it's serving. So
yeah, so it would know whether or not to do that. So okay, so my scenario is less realistic. It could happen, like an arrogant sorcerer, like with like a testy sort of. The boundary hasn't been crossed yet for the Displacer Beast to do this thing.
Right.
So this is fun role play though.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, I got a stat block here.
You do. Let's
read it.
Let's do it.
Displacer Beast. It's a large monstrosity, lawful evil. Armor class 13, hit points 85.
It's a beefy
So this
boy.
is outclassing the Blink Dog by
fair amount.
a fair amount then, but only based off the HP.
Yeah. And like even though they do run in packs, a lot of times the Displacer Beasts are solitary.
Yeah, I think like a merchant would see, like how hikers see mountain lions, maybe one or two.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have 40-foot movement speed. Strength is +4. Wow.
Very strong. Six very strong legs.
+2 dex. I mean, this is thick thighs. Thick thighs save lives. +4 strength, +2 dex, +3 con, -2 intelligence. That seems kind of different. There's only
well, remember is it 8 or 6 intelligence?
6.
Okay. I would put Displacer Beast at a 7 or 8, and maybe that's just me being nitpicky, because
you're reading the lore, it makes sense.
My understanding is they fit, like, they're below average human intelligence, but they're smart as fuck.
Yeah, they can take commands. They know.
Yeah. And to be fair, 6 is smart. I mean, that's as smart as an ogre, which can talk. So
sure,
there's that.
So there is intelligence here. Okay,
definitely.
So +1 to wisdom and -1 charisma. They have dark vision, 60 feet. Passive perception is 11. They don't have a language. Their challenge rating is a 3. So yeah, several of these would be.
That's something I want to talk about, but keep going.
Okay, so avoidance. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to take only half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on saving throw, and only if it succeeds on the saving throw, and only half damage if it fails.
Okay, so
I read that weird. Sorry.
So my understanding is the displacement puts the onus on the beast itself. So the beast makes the saving throw, right?
I'll read it again. If the Displacer Beast is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a saving throw to only take half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw, and only half damage if it fails.
Okay. That makes sense. So even AoE is tough with this guy.
Yeah, so it can avoid all the damage of
that
fireball.
That displacement is so strong.
And if it fails its saving throw, it's only going to take the half. So you're only ever going to get half damage out of it. So its one weakness has been mitigated somewhat by this effect.
It's true.
So displacement is the Displacer Beast projects a magical illusion that makes it appear to be standing near its actual location, causing attack rolls against it to have disadvantage, which we've thoroughly covered. If it is hit by an attack, this trait is disrupted until the end of its next turn, so it loses control because it took damage. I see. Okay. So this trait is also disrupted while the Displacer Beast is incapacitated or has a speed of 0. So if you manage to
make it so it can't move,
that
doesn't even make sense.
Well, maybe it needs to be moving to kind of project the image somewhat.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know. Yeah. It kind of doesn't, because if its move speed is 0, what's actually stopping this detailed science that Dragon Magazine has provided to me that it's just like doing this shit through its via biology.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a weird caveat, but
it is. Yeah.
The actions are multi-attack. The Displacer Beast makes 2 attacks with its tentacles. The tentacles are +6 to hit, 10-foot reach, and 1 target. It's going to be 7 flat damage or 1d6 +4. So I'm assuming the Blink Dog is going to be a 7 flat damage for its bite. Bludgeoning damage is +3. See, the plus sign's missing on this stat block. Okay, +3, 1d6 piercing damage.
For sure.
The flat damage is missing here too. This is weird. Okay. So that's pretty much it. So you have tentacles.
You know what?
Multi-attack tentacles.
It might be where I got it from, because I got both of these off of Roll20.net, which it is official. I mean, but maybe that's the difference.
Maybe that's where the typo is.
Screenshotting it out of an actual book.
Oh, we should look. Well, I'll look at it
now.
later.
We'll test it. Yeah,
I'm not gonna look at it now.
Yeah. Any comments about the Displacer Beast?
I don't want to get hit by these tentacles.
No, definitely not. So one of my favorite things about this Displacer Beast, or the Displacer Beast in 5e, is challenge rating 3. I consider challenge rating 3 to be the perfect challenge rating because it can be used at
Will's hot takes.
at every level of play in a very fun way. Level 3 is a good challenge rating for like very low level boss monster.
Okay,
and like it's fun to think of this Displacer Beast as a boss monster for a very like new adventuring company.
Yeah,
like, that's a big deal to deal with.
The mercenaries hired by the merchant to
exactly
take
to deal
the
with this,
cart to
like,
wherever, town to town.
This ultra predator. And then later on, it can serve as a nice like mid dungeon boss. So it's like strong enough to like not just be your average enemy, but weak
especially
enough
with like
where it's not the actual boss.
Numbers.
And that's always fun. And you can even like double it up if you really need it to be a little stronger, like a mating pair.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, at like for instance, the level you guys are in Super Quest Saga, where I think you guys are level 10 now.
Yeah.
I tend to use challenge rating 3 monsters as the mobs that you guys fight, and they give you the perfect amount of difficulty. So
yeah,
I really like challenge rating 3. It tends to just fit into wherever you guys really are.
Right, so. and this particular monster baked into the lore says, throw one, throw a bunch.
Exactly.
Whatever you need, it all works.
And the thing is, like, theoretically, at the higher levels, let's say you guys get up to like level 14 or something, I could still throw level 3s at you, just in greater numbers.
Exactly.
Right now, I'm usually throwing about 3 or 4 at you for just a mob cleanup fight.
Right, and now
later on, I'll throw like 6 or 7.
There's the tactics in terms of positioning for multiple creatures and what you do to deal with that. Like adding numbers adds difficulty in its own way.
Yes, it does.
And this is a good monster to mob up on a high level party.
Exactly.
It's going to cause some issues for sure, especially if like with powerful characters having disadvantage on attacks is a good way to make the combat seem more threatening.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you hit, you're probably going to deal a lot of damage and take, Sebastian could take one of these out in a single swing. But for regular people that do normal damage, we could spend a couple turns on one of these guys easy, and then we're having to deal with the damage from the others. So good shit for sure.
So challenge rating 3, the perfect challenge rating.
The perfect challenge rating.
I think it's ready for us to get ready for a long rest.
Ding! It's the oven. It is ready, Will.
Let's do it.
Fresh and hot out the kitchen. It's our long rest.
Indeed, let's do it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the part of the episode where we're talking about my feet and the things I put on them.
It's true. That's what this has become.
Look, check this one out, Will.
Yeah.
It's on my foot, but doesn't look like it, huh?
No, it looks like your foot is bare.
Yeah, and it's way over there. But I'll tell you right now that there are little spiny barbs inside the slippy, and they're so fucking painful.
That sucks.
And then this slippy fucking just is gone. I put it on, and then I think it saw like a fucking dog treat or something, and it disappeared after
goes and gets it.
Yeah. This slippy is lawful evil. This one's lawful good. You get it. You get the deal.
Stupid. All right, we're doing a contest.
We're doing a really good contest.
A very good contest.
We asked people in our Discord. Yeah, I'll tell them about the contest.
Okay.
We asked some people in Discord. You guys had some good ideas. Thank you. You can join our Discord by finding a link below in the show notes. We have some really awesome people in there. Thank you to all our mods on Discord that are going to be running a game. Or they're going to be players in a game that me and Will are going to run pretty soon. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you guys very much. We're looking forward to it. So our giveaway, it revolves around the hit new adventure coming out, set in Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. There's a new D&D book coming out, an adventure module. They're also coming out with some nice specific die for this. I think Avernus had some too that were really cool. Ooh, nice. But yeah, they do this. They're gonna put out some minis as well. We're gonna give you the book. We're going to give you the dice. We're going to give you the minis all in one. There's one prize for this contest, and it is those three items. It's three prizes bundled into a single package.
It's a bundle prize.
It's a bundle prize. We're going to give you we're going to give one person 3 prizes. We're going to give one prize that contains 3 items to one person.
Indeed, that's exactly what it is. So we're going to give the adventure book away, the dice set, and the minis. And when does this come out? Like September 7th?
September 15th.
Okay.
Is the
so
release
that's
date,
the day we'll announce the winner.
Yes.
But contest starts now.
Right
now.
The
second you heard this, it starts.
There's already
Unless you listen to it in the future when the contest is over, in which case, no, not now. But
yeah, this episode was due to air on August 24th. We probably released it on August 23rd because that's how we fucking roll here.
Yeah, that's true.
And there will be posts on our social media that you're going to need to go find. So you can find Will at the Dungeoncast on Twitter, where he will be posting instructions on what to do, which are...
Share the show. Share a link to the show on social media. If you do it on Twitter, just leave the hashtag Dungeoncast. I'll find it. If you do it on Facebook or Instagram or any other social media, just like send us proof either in our email or a DM on our Twitter or in the Discord or however you want to try and let us know.
You can send a private message of that screenshot over any of our social media. But if you want to find us, if you want to like email it to us, that's thedungeoncast@gmail.com. You can send us messages there.
Yeah.
Anybody looking for ads, that's where you can do that. We don't really like to deal. We usually direct you to that email if you're asking us for ads on other platforms, just so you know.
Yeah.
Back to the contest. I'm going to be posting on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at the Dungeoncast as well. I will have a post that is going to be kind of like the ones we've done in the past, where it's going to be advertising what we're giving away, but then you're going to be able to, I believe I'm going to do one comment. You can enter as many times as you want if you tag an individual person in a comment. So a separate comment. So you can tag 30 people in different comments and they will count as entries. And I've seen some contests run like that and they work really well. So I think we're going to give that one a shot.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So hopefully that'll help spread the word about the show.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to tell the world.
Tell your friends about the Dungeoncast. Tell them that they could win a sweet Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden book, dice, and minis. This is like $100 worth of prize.
Indeed.
Come and get it. Come get it. All we ask is that you're already here watching the show, especially if you're in this part of the episode. You're probably a fan of the show. Tell people about it, please. We really appreciate that. It's the only thing that's going to help our show fly, spread its wings and fly. And it's soaring right now. Don't get me wrong. We love it here. Everybody, we're happy and thankful for all of you.
Yes.
But please spread the word about the show. We really appreciate it. You can also leave an iTunes review.
That always helps.
Will, did you know that we chart occasionally in leisure podcasts?
What does that mean?
Well, iTunes has a top 100, and every once in a while we crack that mother jugger. So
hell yeah,
it depends on the country. Thank you to the good people of Chicago who seem to love this podcast.
Yeah,
the good people of Los Angeles, the good people of San Diego.
All right,
and others. There are others. Thank you.
Other cities as well.
Thank you to the good people of Australia.
Yes.
Thank you to the good people of Canada. Y'all slipping lately. I've been watching the chart. I'm just kidding. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much. We have listeners from all around the world. We get people from Europe. We get people from all kinds of fucking places. You know how many places there are.
Yeah.
Name them. World. We got people listening there for sure.
That's true.
So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. And we want to give back. If you're looking at other ways to support us, you can do so on Patreon, where we have a new stretch goal. And I really think you guys are going to want to go see the goal on Patreon if you haven't already. It's that good Dungeoncast shit that you've come to know and love. So yeah, if you want to make some cool shit happen, go check that out on Patreon. We have reorganized some of our the way Patreon works. I'm doing Google Drive stuff now, where everything is kind of housed in one place per tier. It's working. It seems to be really working. You guys seem to like it. Let me know your feedback if you have any, or if there's errors. Thank you to the people that have done so far. I have some work to do, and we're constantly trying to make a better product. So if you have feedback for us, we'd really love to hear it. But please enter our contest. It's going to be running until September 15th, where you can see who the winner is. We'll be posting on social media, and yeah, I think we got it so far.
Yeah, I think we can call it a game.
Let's call it a game.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
The Dungeoncast. Yeah, how's hockey going? Is it like a thing?
I don't know. It's weird. Apparently, it's very exciting still.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing highlights, and they had a game go like 6 hours long. Yeah.
That's abnormal as fuck, right?
It was like an whole extra hocky game.
What happened?
Overtime.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just went into overtime.
That's
and
crazy.
Then a team I didn't think was going to pull it off did.
Well, wow.
Yeah,
baseball's been
Florida.
Baseball's been surprisingly normal. I mean, the games just feel like games.
Yeah, I mean, I see ball games that are entertaining that I will watch any level skill of baseball, and it's still fun because it looks like baseball.
Right,
even when the crowd is empty, it still feels like baseball.
It's fine. And I'm surprised that the fake crowd noise actually works. Like I don't even notice it.
It does. It kind of like makes it feel just a little bit more natural because they don't put it up too loud.
I think that might also be because we grew up with video games, so the idea of like sound effects like that aren't weird to us.
That's true.
And because I noticed it's older people that seem to,
and we're conditioned to hear it as the game is going on, fake or not.
Yeah, but I think it's older folks that have been having a problem with it, while younger people are
have
like,
a
this is
problem
normal. Some people are just like, oh, this is weird.
It is weird if you think about it.
Yeah,
just
if you
don't think about it.
Yeah, and it falls in the background.
Watch the fucking baseball.
Exactly. All right, you ready?
I can put that at the end.
Watch the fucking baseball. All right.
A mini dungeon chat.
Let's do this.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm Will.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to do it again because I stuttered.
Yeah.